Am I supposed to do the introduction? All right, it's Clint and Ashley, and we are headed to Providence Canyon, also known as the Little Grand Canyon, one of Georgia's best hidden features. We haven't decided if we're going to do the short route or what they call the backcountry route today. So I think the backcountry route was like 7 to 8 miles versus 2 to 3. So we've never done it, so why not? And if you aren't familiar with Providence Canyon, it's in Lumpkin, Georgia, so not too far outside of Columbus. Here we go. Hike the trail down. Today we're actually going to do the red route, which is a 7-mile backcountry route way out in the woods around this area. There's a shorter route, it's called the Canyon Rim Trail. It's about 2 or 3 miles, so we've done that before several times. But we're going to take you down in the canyon. go down here, see. Right there. That's where it crosses the bottom of the canyon. And then these little trails here all go to the different individual canyons. And at that point, once you visit the canyons, you can either choose to take the red trail, which goes through the back country, and then, or you can choose to continue the canyon rim trail, which is the shorter option. Get to the bottom of the first descent, you've got a series of canyons off to the left you can go look at, so 1 through 5. You continue over this ascent and then back down a little bit. There's a few more canyons, 6, 7, and 8 on the other side. Those are probably our favorites. And then you hang a right, that's the start of the backcountry 7-mile Red Blaze Trail. So that's what we're going to do today. First we're going to take you through Canyon 8 just to give you a preview of that, and then we're going to come back and we're going to check out this scenery. Deep, dark cave. It's actually really cool. The temperature difference is pretty crazy. It's at least 10 degrees cooler in here. Canyon 8. And now we're headed back to the bottom of that first series of canyons where we're gonna hang a left and we're gonna do the backcountry trail. Total of 7 miles in length. They estimate about 4 hours of hiking. I think we can do it in less, but we'll see. And that is, you know, the other trail, the Canyon Loop Trail, is about 2.5 miles in length. And that's the one we've done 3 or 4 times in the past. So I'm pretty excited about doing something different this time. Hope you enjoy. All right, so I figured we'd stop for a few minutes and enjoy a few Nature Valley bars. We are not sponsored by them. And some fresh water from home in my Nalgene bottle, also not a sponsor. But this also gives the people in front of us a chance to get on ahead so we can enjoy the nature by ourselves. All right, snack time's over, folks. We've got about 6.5 miles to go. Let's get started. Oh, look, local fauna, white-tailed deer tracks. It's almost like hiking a river. The water's always moving through here, but you can walk on it. Pretty cool. Also nice that you're not breaking brush the whole way. All right, for those of you familiar with Utah's different national parks and features, this is like hiking the Narrows at Zion. So, except you're in South Georgia, and it's definitely not near as spectacular, but it's still fun. If you look at the map, this is where we're at, where you see where we followed the red road from the Canyon Loop Trail all the way up to this point, and there's the bridge. We're about to cross over that creek. If you look back behind us, you can see there's an improvised road coming in here. So that comes off the main road that borders Providence Canyon State Park. And after we cross this bridge off to the right, there should be a little small lake called South Glory Hole. I don't know if we'll be able to see it, but you can see it on the map. And then we'll come past our first primitive campsite. So I'm excited to see what that looks like. So we're about to go off trail a little bit. I really want to see this small lake. So here we go. We're going to break some brush and see if we can find it. I think Ashley's gonna come on. So she didn't want to break the brush with us, but found the trail, so I think she's gonna come now. But yeah, I can see it through the woods. It's awesome. Say goodbye to South Glory Hole, and we are off, headed back in the direction of the main park on the Red Blaze Trail. And pretty shortly we will pass our first primitive campsite along the way and get to see what that looks like. That view, Ashley. You see sort of the hills over the horizon there. So how'd you like that ascent? Yeah, that's pretty rough. Agreed. And I forgot to film the first campsite we passed. See that right here is sort of a fork, hang a right and go back to campsite 5, which is up there somewhere. And then just up the trail here is another campsite, so be sure to stop and give you a preview of that in case you're considering coming out here. Although based on There's my beautiful wife. So back when I was still in the Army, we did a lot of land navigation at Fort Benning, and a lot of that involved hiking up and down tank trails out in the middle of nowhere, all over the place. And you know, Fort Benning's not far from here, so the soil composition is pretty similar, and you get this very heavy erosion wherever there's regular vehicular traffic. And so this trail reminds me a lot of those tank trails on Fort Benning, although thankfully they aren't quite as heavily eroded as those. In fact, some of the ones I saw had such deep ruts that I don't think you could even get a Humvee up and down them anymore. And here comes our second primitive campsite. Unlike the last one, this one does not have a shelter. So this one's campsite 4. You know, pretty much what you'd expect. They do give you a nice burn pit and a good level area to pitch your tent. And you're on top of a ridge line here, so you do get pretty good airflow. Now, one thing I'll say is when you are down in the canyons, like we showed you earlier, there's almost zero airflow. And so it gets extremely hot and humid during the summer. So this is campsite 4. All right. So we just came up another slight ascent. We're working our way back up to the top of the ridge line, and we're approaching primitive campsite number 3. It looks like it's actually inhabited. And it really is a great time of the year to be camping out here. There's a nice breeze. Temperatures in probably the mid 70s right now. We do have a storm rolling in tonight, so that explains a lot of the cooler temperatures and the breeze you're getting across the top of this ridge. So it's like somebody maybe had an accident along the way. Who knows? That's a nice campsite. Cool tent.
And then you run in the hill.
You want to run the hill? All right, run the hill.
I'll be dead.
Give me a little wave. There we go. Are you having fun?
I am. It's a lot of fun.
Alright, so we've reached campsites 1 and 2. Pretty cool. You can actually see them from the trail here. So the big red number 2 out there.
Here's a nice overlook. And I definitely was not expecting to hit 5 times my goal for stairs today on my Garmin. But wow, that's awesome. What an overlook. So we are coming onto the Canyon Loop Trail by the old homestead. So you can, I think there's a placard up here about it, but you can recognize it with the old cars and trash piled up. And then you can see all the signs here indicating the start or end of the Red Blaze Trail, depending on which direction you're going. So they said 4 hours hiking time. We did it in 2. Figured we could do it a lot faster. And here's the Canyon Loop Trail. So another sign. All right, so let's go look at this. We just made it back to the main road that we came into the park on. Still a few somewhat promising overlooks. One of the cool features of this park is they do have some really great playgrounds right here along the main road. So if you got little ones, this is a place to come on a nice day, kick back and let them entertain themselves. Really nice, well-kept playground and picnic area. And I hope you enjoyed our video. That is all.